Okay, this is my impersonation of...
Good morning. That was spelled with a U, by the way, if you couldn't tell. Boys, today we are taking a look at my favorite movie. And no, I'm not talking about Jack and Jill starring Adam Sandler. And no, that's not my favorite movie. Today we are taking a look at Good Morning, spelled with a U. A movie wrote, produced, directed, and starring Machine Gun Kelly. You know, world-renowned great guy. Actually, he might be the worst. But I don't really want to get into that right now. I'm just here to look at the pictures, man. I just want to look at the freaking movie. So let's just get into that. The movie opens to this really bad CGI card that is flying into Coulson's room, where he wakes up to a text from his girlfriend, Apple. And he has the weirdest dialogue I think I've ever heard in a movie.
God, why is anyone up this early? He's texting me. Oh, it's Apple.
He also gives this super NPC stance. Who wakes up this early? Oh, I have a text on my phone. It is from Apple. So the text said, good morning, with a U. Obviously, that's the name of the movie. And 100% could have just been a typo, my guy. You know, maybe just hit her back with one of these and call it a day. Then Coulson gets out of bed, and we're reminded that this is supposed to be a comedy because he scratches his balls. So many movies do that, and it's never funny. Why do they keep writing that into movies? I don't think I've ever once laughed at a guy scratching his balls in a movie. Oh, hold on. Did I forget to mention that Coulson has a weed shower that he calls the flower shower in the movie? It's not super relevant, and honestly, it only shows up in the first scene. It's just so weird to me that he doesn't have one in real life. That seems like such a him thing, you know, because he smells like weed. That's how him and Megan Fox, that's how they met. Then there's this line that he has about having a small dick.
Whoa, cold showers do make your dick small.
Which I could honestly appreciate most of the time. However, in this scene, I just can't focus on it because I'm staring at his closet, because every single article of clothing that he has is the exact same. He has the exact same jeans, the exact same undershirt, and the exact same black shirt that he wears over it. Also, it's all he wears in the movie. A minor nitpick that I have about this scene here is that Coulson opens his phone, and we watched him open his phone and call Apple, yet when he turns it on the lock screen, he still has the two messages that he woke up to this morning, even though they should have cleared off of his lock screen if he opened his phone. But before you're like, oh, well, Josh, they're just using that to like show the messages again. I think it's worth noting that it would have had a better effect in this scene if he just opened the messages chat and we could have seen that she left him undelivered, you know? Funny, he threw up. Am I right, guys? Anyway, I should mention that this character is named Dylan. However, he's played by Maud's son. It was co-written by Maud's son, so who I hadn't really heard about before this movie. So I kind of looked him up, and the only things that I could find about him are these really weird tweets. So I can see who wrote most of the dialogue for this. Dylan also looks like he went to his barber and said, hey, have you seen Sonic the Hedgehog out in theaters May 6th? And his barber's like, yeah, it's like one of the greatest movies of all time. I mean, it's not as good as Morbius, but... And then he was like, okay, sick. Give me that.
Yo, does this look like a breakup text to you, or am I tripping?
Yes. Yes, that does look like a breakup text to me.
Firstly, it just looks like a typo. Secondly, what the fuck is wrong with your cereal? It is just a solid mass. Even when he puts like the spoon in it, it doesn't move. He just gets like a couple like cereal bits that look dry. Oh, wait, guys, it's coming up. I gotta show you my favorite comedic sequence in a movie ever made.
Oh, fuck.
Did you even check what kind of dairy's in there? Because from here it smells like cow's milk.
No, it's goat milk.
Goat milk? Where the fuck do you get goat milk from?
I milked a goat.
No, you didn't. That's Photoshop.
I'm gonna just stop both of y'all though, real quick. Why would you give me goat milk?
I watched an interview. You said you like goat milk.
Nah, I didn't even know goats made milk.
Honestly, this sequence alone made me want to turn off the computer, get up from my desk, walk out into the living room, and turn on 2011's Jack and Jill starring Adam Sandler. Just to like cleanse my eyes and stuff, you know? Finally, 10 minutes into the movie, we're introduced to Megan Fox. Megan Fox plays Kennedy, who made an app where somebody just like yells at you to encourage you to work out and like calls you fat and like throws stuff at you on the screen for some reason.
Ha! It's why your last boyfriend left you. Ooh!
What'd you say?
You want one of these, bitch?
But she's also just like a caricature of what I think MGK thinks lesbians are.
She also hates boys. You can't really stand any of us.
Yo, man, I know this isn't the best timing and all, but if you don't use that song for your next movie at the end of the credits, you're really tripping, bro. I'm telling you, shit's hard as fuck, dude.
Man.
Why did you leave that take in? You can cut. You can cut around it. Oh yeah, and Trippy Red shows up like twice, and he just plays himself. And honestly, he's like my favorite character in the movie, just because they portray him as this guy that like hangs around their house and just throws water balloons at them.
Tex, what did you mean by that? Oh, no. Hello? Bro, Trippy, are you serious? Why are you even here?
I had to come over here extra early to let you know. That finale last night, 7 days. Week. That shit was garbage.
But Machine Gun, come on, you have got to get better at directing. How did you let him deliver those half-assed lines and you still use those takes?
Why knock, if you're just gonna come in anyway?
Kennedy, I need Apple's number.
You don't have your own girlfriend's phone number.
I don't know if it's because MGK directed this film or if it's because I haven't seen Megan Fox in anything since like the first Transformers, but she has really bad lines and I can't tell if he's just a bad director or if it's the writing, honestly. She is still the best actor in this movie though, don't get me wrong. And Transformers 1 still bangs, so.
Okay, this is my impersonation of Draco Malfoy looking for drugs.
Oh, look, it's that scene from the trailer. You guys know the one, right? The one?
Where's the pot, Potter?
I don't like Draco very much.
You've already started it, haven't you?
I just want him to play the viola. Now go fetch him. Tell him I give him a $5 gold piece. He plays little habanero pepper. All right.
Anyone know the number to 911?
Oh.
Wow. That was like 40 seconds, but that felt like an eternity. That just went on for way too long. Once again, I am met with the urge to turn my computer off, get up from my desk, come out to the living room, sit down on the couch, and turn on Jack and Jill starring Adam Sandler. Now, guys, come close. Okay, a little too close. Go back a little bit. Could you imagine you wake up to a text from your girlfriend that says good morning, but it's spelled wrong? It's spelled with a U after the O. And you have a few options of what you could do. You could A, text her back and see if it's a typo. B, you could just wait for her to like call you or something, and then you could confirm with her. C, you could break into her house, walk every square inch of her house, yelling her name, and then let your friends also break into her house, who will then break every single urn that she has in her house, getting ashes everywhere and broken pieces of urn, and then you guys escape, leaving the door unlocked. Or D, you could just call her yourself and see how she's doing. Well, if you answered option A, you would be wrong. Obviously, we're breaking into that fucking house.
You kidding me, bro? We drove all the way out here in rush hour traffic, man. We get some fucking answers.
You know, my dad had this saying, if you're breaking up, you gotta break in.
But going back to that broken urn, our boys decide that the best way to make up for the situation is to go home and smoke just the most weed and then collect all of your ashes, hot glue the urn together, and then fill it with the ashes from the weed. Yup, MGK definitely wrote this himself. A 32-year-old man, by the way. Also, if you're MGK and you're going to make a movie, use real smoke. Use real smoke. Because that CGI'd smoke looks awful. Also, what the fuck is that red glow that you just added to the end of that blunt? Just light something up. Just light something on fire. You're fucking MGK. You are weed, man. Well, I probably sound like a broken record by now, but let me show you my least favorite scene in this entire movie.
What you mean you can't smoke me? Man, quit acting like a bitch. You can hit this shit. You ain't quitting. Man, fuck that meeting. Smoke me, smoke me, smoke me!
I don't wanna.
What I would give to be watching Adam Sandler's Jack and Jill starring Adam Sandler right now in this very moment. Anyway, Coulson finally gets a new phone so he can get in touch with Apple, but he's just way too high to talk on the phone right now.
Where have you been? I think someone broke into my house.
So the conflict is to continue for another hour. Why are we here? Anyway, Coulson, Angel, and Dove Cameron all head to the Batman meeting, while the other boys, they go break into... I forgot her name. The other boys, they go break into Apple's house again. Very sneaky. Anyway, I started getting really bored at this point, so I'm going to be paraphrasing a little bit, but this is my summary of what happened. Coulson shows up to the Batman meeting on time, but he finds out from the boys about Apple and this other guy. So he decides to hurry away to Apple's place while his car, well, G-Wagon might I add, is being chased by his manager. He shows up at Apple's place, and the boys inform him that she just left, even though the title card told us that it was like over 45 minutes ago, so I don't know what they were doing in her house for 45 minutes. Anyway, Coulson then rushes to the airport since he thinks that she's flying away, where he then gets punched.
Fuck you, Dennis Rodman.
I need to interject here. I don't think you can just call an airport and ask to have somebody's flight delayed just because you described somebody that may be going on the flight. Either way, he arrives at the airport where he gets punched by the buff guy and somehow lands on the ground in the opposite direction that he fell. But ignoring all of that, MGK gives us some amazing life advice.
And that's when I realized the only person that will always be there for you is your stalker.
Then the cops show up to arrest the boys for breaking into Apple's house earlier because they recognized the car. And for some reason, the cops only arrest two of them. They arrest the one guy who steps out of the car, and then they arrest another guy who walks across the street in an elephant mask for some reason, even though you can clearly see that there are three other people in that car. He just completely ignores it. and just arrest those two people for some reason. Oh, hey guys, look, we're finally an hour into the film. And he's just now meeting up with Apple. And of course I was fucking right, it was a typo.
Why did you spell it like that?
It's a typo.
So everything was a misunderstanding the entire time. Obviously. That was so easy to call. I literally thought that after seeing the trailer. And hasn't she sent him just like a bunch of messages that we've seen throughout the movie? So why is it when he opens his messages chat, that's only the 2 messages from this morning? Also, if you think that she's breaking up with you, why don't you just text her if she's not answering her phone, right? That makes sense, right? So after all that, Apple does want to officially break up with him, obviously. And he gets fired by his manager, which maybe it's because I don't have a manager, but that doesn't make any sense to me. Don't you hire the manager? So how can somebody that you hired fire you, right? Right about now, though, you're probably wondering, wow, we've made it a whole hour into this movie. Is there going to be a reward for us for making it this far? And holy shit, there is. Megan Fox feet pic, guys. Why the fuck is that in my script? What the fuck is wrong with me? Anyway, Megan Fox is forced back into the story now. However, she just shows up to the prison and is hot enough that they decide to release Leo and Dylan. I don't think that's how it works.
Bro, they were chanting your name. They loved you in there.
Now that the boys are out of prison, they want to go to a party, obviously. So who's got the best party going on right now? Obviously, that's rapper YG. Of course, he's got the best party going on. The bouncer tells them, no, they're not allowed in. So in exchange to get in, they agree to do a line of coke. But we get to see an exclusive clip of MGK and Megan Fox's wedding.
Oh, shit. Are you willing to pay the price for fame?
Anyway, Fat Joe. Oh, I didn't introduce Fat Joe. Yeah, he's not that important anyway, so I'm not really going to get into it. But he did just OD on coke. So now they've showed up at the hotel room that Megan Fox is staying in, and they're going to have Pete Davidson save his life. However, Pete Davidson does make the only joke that I laughed at in the entire movie.
Oh, please, wait. Fat Joe's in a K-hole and Barry's gonna save his life.
Who the fuck is Barry?
Hi, I'm Barry. It is very nice to meet you.
So after Fat Joe's been saved, they decide that they should continue hunting down Apple. So they stalk her Instagram to find out where she's at right now, and then they go try to find her. Also, I love this one shot here because you can tell it was like a pickup, like they didn't originally film this shot, and they didn't even try to make Mod Sun's hair blue again, so his hair's just green for a single shot.
Fucking hate booths, man.
Man, they got a jukebox in here. Somebody give me a quarter.
Oh look, it's The Last Supper but emo. The Last Supper if it was at Hot Topic. The Last Supper if the disciples split the bill. The Last Supper before a My Chemical Romance concert. Okay, I'm done. I'll leave it alone now. They do make very similar jokes in the movie though, which is actually pretty decent. However, I wrote these down before I finished because I was writing my script as I was watching it the first time because there's no way I wanted to watch this movie again. And then they said like very similar jokes and I was like, well, fuck, I'm not taking it out of the script. I'm still going to say what I wrote down. Anyway, the director of The Batman saw the video of Coulson getting the shit beat out of him earlier at the airport and decided, yep, that's who I want to be Batman. I want Machine Gun Kelly, a 32-year-old man who acts like he's 17 and gets the shit beat out of him in one punch. That's Batman right there. That's exactly who I want to be my Batman. I'm just quoting the director at this point. So out of excitement for this big news that he's going to be Batman, he decides that the best way to celebrate is by hitting Apple with his car. I'm not kidding. He hits Apple with his car. But in the end, it all worked out for him because even though he mistaked a typo for her breaking up with him, caused a bunch of fights between them, broke into her house, destroyed all of her family's urns, got too high that he wouldn't talk to her on the phone, went to stop her flight at an airport. What else did he do? Oh, and then he stalked her Instagram. Oh, and then he also hit her with his fucking car. But she still wants to get back with him, so the movie ends with them getting back together, and he has the role for Batman as well. Well, I guess until Robert Pattinson took it, but, you know. So yeah, that was the whole movie, and I think it's about time that I go cleanse my eyes by watching Jack and Jill starring Adam Sandler. Thank you all for watching, especially if you made it this far. Honestly, thank you so much. And if you would, please consider liking and subscribing. I am broke. And definitely, if you could, just show your friends and family the funny YouTube guy. Yeah, that is the best way to support me, is to show people so that more people subscribe to me, more people enjoy me, more people have seen my face. Thank you. And this is family-friendly content. It's not, but it is. It's not, but it is. I mean, it's definitely not, but it definitely is. Again, thank you all for watching, and I will catch you in the next one where I have ascended to the second realm from watching 2011's Jack and Jill starring Adam Sandler 1,000 times. Bye-bye, 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 everybody, bye-bye.